My name is Nathan Lee. I'll be telling you my greatest success so far. Many people often wonder what they're successful at and what they're not successful at. They also wonder what those successes might be, whether they be getting your first promotion or getting your dream job. I, for one, often wonder about my successes. I know I have many successes, but my greatest success so far is getting accepted into my dream school. When I was a kid, I remember going to baseball games and football games and some basketball games at Ole Miss. I remember cheering on the Rebels in the stands. I also remember always stopping by at the campus store to buy a new shirt, a new jersey, or really anything new because that's all I wanted, was something new. Today I'm going to tell you about my greatest success, getting accepted into my dream school. I'll tell you 3 reasons why it's my greatest success. 1, learning discipline. Without this, I would have never learned discipline. I also wouldn't have learned punctuality, which is my second reason. Because I have to show up if I want to do anything. My third reason is learning to be responsible. Because I need to be responsible for all my actions, the good and the bad. This all adds up to make my greatest success come to fruition. The moments visiting the campus and watching the games at Ole Miss to now, presently, getting ready to move to Mississippi, I learned how discipline affects everyone, in positive ways and negative ways. When I was little, I hated being disciplined. I remember my parents believing in belts and sandals, and if I didn't listen, I got one of the two. I also learned, as I got older, that it wasn't just about beating me with a sandal. It was about getting me to be disciplined and to learn right from wrong. And I learned quick. I started using that discipline to help me with my grades and my sports. Not only did I do this, but I also learned study habits from all of this. And I put it together, and it helped me get through my college entry exams, which proved to be very beneficial for me to get into my school and for student aid. My second reason that I'll be talking about is learning punctuality. I learned it through the motivation of wanting to go to Ole Miss. I learned that showing up is important to get good grades. You need to put in the work, and in order to put in the work, you gotta show up. The want to go to Ole Miss showed me that I need to show up and keep putting in the work, and not just work, but good work. I need good grades to get scholarships, and I played sports to also push me to keep showing up. This is how I got accepted. Showing up proved that I can do anything as long as I work towards it and put in good effort. So without good effort, you're just gonna put in a sloppy job, and it's not gonna look good, and you're not gonna accomplish anything. When I learned about punctuality, everything got better. But when I skipped or physically couldn't be in school because of underlying, conditions or just other reasons why I couldn't be at school, it really affected me academically. And I learned that if I don't go to school, it's going to be a lot tougher. My last reason and my next reason that I will be talking about is learning to be responsible for all my actions, good and bad. Learning responsibility, taking discipline and using it as motivation, but also showing punctuality leads to be responsible. Responsibility is something that you need to have when you grow older. You are responsible for everything, especially when you turn 18. Not only that, but in some instances, you have to be responsible for others, like when you have your own family or when you're behind the wheel and you have others in your car. Taking responsibility leads to learning how to be a better person. And in all this helped me as I chose my dream school as motivation. Ole Miss has pushed me to gain all these life skills on top of my parents, because my parents they will always get credit. But Ole Miss is one major factor that pushed me through a lot of things to get to where I am right now. Due to this, I am accepted to Ole Miss and I have scholarships that will pay for my schooling.